Alright, well, you know, I think chat and I have talked about it enough, so let's continue on with the actual game, otherwise I'm going to be playing this game for the rest of my life. Also, by the way, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to do a Digimon Survive NG+. Maybe I will, like, down the line. But when I finish this playthrough and this normal ending, I am not immediately going to do an NG+. First of all, like, I'm having a good time. I'm not saying the game is bad. I don't want people to think I'm saying the game sucks. But this is definitely, like, not one of my favorite games. This is not one of my favorite Digimon games. The combat is fine, but I don't think it's great. Like, I'm not going to want to play this game immediately again after beating it. I'm going to be like, alright, cool, I can set that down and move on to something else. So if anyone is wondering, like, oh, now that you know that NG Plus is, like, the true ending, will you do that instantly after finishing the game? No, not a chance. I have way too many other games to play, and also I would just be bored. Like, if I play this game, I feel like if I play this game immediately again right after finishing it, my NG Plus playthrough, for me, is going to be a really boring experience, redoing these, because I imagine that, like, even if it changes keeping, like, Ryo alive and stuff, I imagine the actual chapters and boss fights probably don't have very much variety in them. Maybe I'm super wrong on that. Maybe there is a ton of variety in an NG Plus, and I'm just wrong. I don't know. But my assumption would be it's a lot of the same as far as combat goes, and then some of the story stuff changes because, like, Ryo lives and stuff. But even then, like, surely the story doesn't that drastically change. I saw someone in chat saying an NG Plus will go faster because you can skip scenes, which is another thing. I know I just said we're done talking about this and I'm talking about it again more. I'm sorry, but I just had another thought hit me. But, like, the true ending and all that is, like, half of it is just skipping scenes that you remember from the normal ending. I also feel like that just makes it such a cheaper experience to go through the true ending. Like, the true ending will feel so much lamer if you're just skipping half the dialogue and then you're like, oh wait, this one's new. Because Ryo's alive, he said something, that's some new dialogue. Read that. And now it's the same dialogue I saw in Chapter 3 when I played it the first time. Alright, skip, skip, skip. This is the same Cyclonemon boss fight that I did in the first one. Let's just run through that real quick. Alright, cool. Ryo said about 3 sentences. Alright, skip, skip, skip. I mean, like, maybe I'm wrong and that's not how it goes. I haven't played the NG+, I don't know. But if that's, like, the gist of it, that honestly sounds awful to me. Game design-wise. It sounds very not fun. But, alright, now I'm actually gonna continue the game. I just let him suffer. What do you think might have changed things, Takuma? Doing an NG+, apparently. I wish I'd talked with him more. Okay, that's a lie, but okay. If we'd been able to talk things out, even if he just wanted to whine or complain, I'm sure things would have ended differently. But it's not like I've got all the answers. Skipping old dialogue is also typical for a visual novel. I just think that's stupid. That just doesn't sound fun to me. If that's something that people who love visual novels love, then great, more power to them. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that sounds really boring, and if that's the case, I really hope that this is the only Digimon visual novel game we ever get. Like, I hope that this game, like, does middling to bad. Bandai is like, okay, we'll keep making Digimon games, but we're never doing this again, and I would be okay with that 100%. Who knows if what I did was right or what I should have done differently? Not me, that's for sure. Takuma, I can tell that you're hurting. You're right, Agumon, I hurt so much, but why, though? You barely knew him. Like, yeah, like, honestly, like, hurting for Ryo dying makes no sense to me. Being afraid of, like, what could happen, or being, like, sorry for him, like, oh, that's so sad that that happened to you, I could understand, but, like, you're acting like your best friend just died. You knew him for, like, 2 days, and almost all of your conversations were him, like, basically whining in a corner about how he hates Kunamon and he's afraid and we're all gonna die. And what's worse is that even after losing Ryo, there's no clear way out of this. Our Kenimon is still after us, and maybe that amusement park is crawling with enemies. Plus, if we've been transported to some other world, is there even a way back? I don't know. I just don't know. What are we even supposed to do? Takuma, listen, I may not know much, but I do know one very important thing. And it's that if you try, Takuma, you can do anything. Whether you team up with the others or just blindly press on, in the end, you'll succeed. Where's this coming from? I'm not that special. But you are, Takuma. I know it. And I believe in you. Agumon. I want to make it clear to chat, like, yeah, I would feel, like, if this was a real thing, if I was in Takuma's place, I would feel bad that Ryo died. Absolutely, I'd be like, that's really sad, you know, he didn't want this, he didn't want to be here, etc., etc. But I wouldn't be like, I don't know, I feel like I would be a lot more focused on, like, you know, there are other of us still here alive, we kind of need to, like, push on and keep going, and also at the same time, I'd be like, you know, it's not like Michael died. It was a dude I met like 2 days. If like Michael or Slyro died, I'd be like, yo, this really sucks. Those were some of my best friends. Like, this is gonna be really hard for me to get over. But if it's some dude I just met 2 days ago, I'd be like, you know, I'd be sad. I'd be like, that's really unfortunate. His life was snuffed out too soon, etc. But I'd also be like, you know, people die every dang day. That actually makes me feel better. Maybe now I'll be able to get some sleep. Really? Then I'm glad. Good night, Agumon. Good night, Takuma. I see it more as if it happened to them, it can happen to me. I agree with that, but I don't think the phrase, I'm really hurt, fits what you just said. I think the, I'm really worried or really scared is what he should have said. I would absolutely, oh, hello. Piedmon? That's Piedmon. And that's Arukenimon. But I would very much be like, I'm really afraid of what could happen to the rest of us. Not like, oh, I'm so hurt that Ryo has died, you know? I did find the human children, but you see, my servants all proved so incompetent. You allowed them to escape. Clearly, you lack sufficient devotion to our master. No, it wasn't my fault. I would never. Next time, I'll get them for sure. I'll capture all of those human children and offer them up to our master without fail. Yet the altar was prepared. Did you not perform a sacrifice? This is literally just Piedmon, right? Like, those blue ribbons are from Piedmon's design. He's the right shape. Humanoid. I'm pretty sure I saw, like, Piedmon's yellow shoes. Remember earlier when I mentioned that thing where someone said, like, they like Survive because it's not just Digimon Adventure for the 30th time, which made no sense when you look at all the previous games we had, and now it's looking like one of the big bads or the big bad right before the real big bad in this game is Piedmon, literally the same from Digimon Adventure. I'm pretty sure this is Piedmon at least. I'm not sure who else it could be. My only other thought would be Daemon, but I don't see how this would be Daemon. Have you not only let the children escape, but also failed to provide an offering? Oh, well, actually, that wasn't me. Someone must have beaten me to the punch. Yet you did not confirm who this was, or if indeed they made the sacrifice. I did not. But several children still remain. Next time they won't be so lucky. If you're not up to this task on your own, I could always have Mega Seedramon help you, yo cool Digimon. No doubt he would be similarly motivated to prove his devotion to our master. This villain is actually 3 Terriermon stacked on top of one another in a suit. Ah, the ultimate jabation. Monzimon, also a very well-known Digimon Adventure Digimon. First, let me try. No, I assure you I'm quite up to the task. I won't be needing any help from Monzemon or Mega Seedramon. Those children will not escape me a second time, you'll see. Ah, out of my way. Dear me, how crass. Garurumon? Tell me, Garurumon, what brings an outsider like yourself to speak with us? I heard those traitors who got strong by teaming up with the humans have turned on us. And what of it? Haha, just what I've been waiting for. I'm gonna crush them all. Really interesting choice to have Garurumon be evil, apparently. Wasn't like Haru or Miyuki's partner at the start of the game, Gabumon? And then I think it was Haru's partner, and then Miyuki had Renamon at the start? Huh? As if brute force will help you accomplish anything, you're such an idiot. What, are you still up to your old tricks, refusing to fight your own battles? Ha! Spoken like a true simpleton, only a fool would insist on fighting their own battles. You make me sick, every last one of you. Enough of this. Hey, she started it. Dad, she's the one who started it. This gets us nowhere, and I see no need for cooperation. Do as you wish. Ha! As if I'd ever do anything else. So long. Well, what a surprise. He shows up, picks a fight, and leaves. Are you sure we can trust him? His skills are undeniable, and he holds a grudge against human children, that's clear. More importantly, oh, maybe that is the Gabumon that knew Haru, and because of what happened, like, he thinks Haru abandoned him or something, and then he became a Garurumon? That'd be an interesting angle to take. I'd be really interested in seeing something like that. Heed my words, Arukenimon. Our master will not tolerate any more failure. I'm well aware of that. Who do you take me for? So long as you know, there will be no more second chances. Remember, it's not just Monzimon and Mega Seadramon here. There are countless others who could take your place. If you need help, just ask. What a good teddy bear. Ah, this is so infuriating. How could those little brats do this to me? Haha, well, alright then. They can just wait and see. That little gathering of the villains was pretty neat. I could see that being pretty cool. Stop! No, not that way! Ryo, come back! Ryo! Ryo! Ah! Huh. I can't continue the dialogue. We had to wait for the screen to stop moving. That makes sense, actually. That's fair. It was just a dream. No, Ryo's dead, dude. I woke up from a nightmare this morning, drenched in sweat, my hands still shaking. It's not surprising. I had a lot on my mind last night, and sleep did not come easy. Now, see, this I can understand. Seeing a person die right before you and then ending up having, like, a nightmare about it that freaks you out the next day, that's super fair. Not after watching Ryo die right in front of us yesterday. They did the blood splatters, but when Ryo died, was it, like, visceral? I feel like the game loses a bit of, like, me being able to understand it when it's limited in the way it's animated and all. Like, they did the blood splatter, but also at the same time, all they really showed was Ryo being pulled into a dark portal by hands. Was it, like, super horrifying to see, or was it just, like, he got pulled in by hands? That's kind of spooky. I feel like they should have been a little more upfront about it. Like, had a character... I don't think a character said anything like they tore him apart or like they ripped him to shreds. Like, if they should have had a character comment on it or something, because it was kind of, like, a little ambiguous. Problem is, PlayStation has a bad issue with censorship. Well, no, I don't want them to have shown, like, him actually getting ripped apart or, like, blood. I'm glad that it was, like, black instead of red, because I didn't want it to be that way, but I didn't know if that was just, like, thematic, like, oh, this is to show that he died by getting pulled in, or if it was a matter of, like, he actually got ripped up and, like, blood was spewing. I don't want the game to, like, show a bunch of blood or anything. I just wanted a character to, like, more explicitly say, like, oh, he got ripped apart or something, just so that I know. But I'm totally fine with them, like, censoring the blood and all. I have a very weak stomach. Like, I had to read Attack on Titan instead of watch it, because watching Attack on Titan made me want to throw up. So, also, yeah, this game is also on Steam and Switch, so it has nothing to do with PlayStation censorship, whatever. Like, it's the same... I don't think this game is different between any of its platforms. Beyond the terror of watching someone die for the first time, seeing that strange tentacle reach out and grab him was just awful. It's implied he got ripped apart, but they can't say it or show it, because the game would have to be higher than PG-13 or PG-12. Well, they should have... If they wanted to go that angle with their game, then they should have had it be a higher rating. They're trying to have their cake and eat it too, it sounds like. Seeing that strange tentacle reach out and grab him was just awful. See, he just says he gets grabbed here. He doesn't say anything about him being ripped up or whatever. Higher maturity rating tanks sales? I think the sales of this game are gonna be fairly tanked regardless. Just thinking back on it now sends a shiver down my spine. But I shouldn't let myself dwell on it, not after how Agumon cheered me up last night. Wait, where is Agumon? And everyone else for that matter? Nobody else is here. Am I the last one up? Yeah, Ryo got sent to the Shadow Realm, chat. There's nothing to worry about. That giant death buzzsaw that cut his ankles off, that just sends him to the Shadow Realm. It doesn't, like, actually saw off his ankles. That's madness. Then all the more reason to get moving. We need to figure out what comes next. It's not too late, so maybe the others are still in the cafeteria. I'd better go see. Hey guys, Ryo's dead. Anyone want to play Monopoly? Ah, good morning, Kaito. Dracmon. Finally up, are you? Wow, he seems pretty mad. Has he been waiting for me to wake up this whole time? Sorry I woke up so late. I had a hard time getting to sleep. Yeah, whatever. I'm sure you were exhausted. So where's everybody else? How should I know? You're the only one who's shown up. Wait, really? I thought for sure they'd have all been here by now. Where is everybody? All over the place, apparently, and looking pretty upset. They did see that friend of yours get taken into the fog right in front of them. Yeah, you know. Apparently, he also got, like, ripped in half or something. It's pretty wild. I'm sure that's bothering all of them as much as it is you. That's a good point. Ryo's death didn't just come as a shock to me. It has to be on everyone's mind. They'll need to process what happened. Good news, everyone! Without Ryo, our food supplies will last a day more. Let's go. We just got another 2 weeks of sustenance, lads. We should probably give them some time. But we don't have any time to give. We need to get out there and save Miu. True, but with that strange fog, everyone's nervous. All the more reason we should move fast. Miu's in trouble. And it's not just the fog. There are monsters after her. That's right. Arukenimon, that spider monster, said something about a sacrifice. She was really strong, too, if there are lots of other things like her out there. Darn it. This is why I wanted to find Miu yesterday. Dude, honestly, I'm right there with you. Fair statement. I should never have let you talk me out of it. No, I never should have taken my eyes off of her in the first place. Yeah. That was a bit of a mistake on your part, but I do see where you were coming from when you did that. See, that's the kind of... For all the people in chat earlier who were like, what, Chaos, you never want characters to make mistakes? I think Kaito made a mistake in... I saw where he was coming from. He heard a dangerous noise, he told Miu to stay put, and then went to check, and then went back to her. But, in a new environment, new stuff, etc., like there are monsters around, probably should have never even left her side. Probably should have either not checked on the danger, just gone away from it, or kept her with him when doing it. Yeah, it was a bit of a mistake. That was a bit of a mistake on his part. But that's a very fair mistake to make. No, I never should have taken my eyes off of her in the first place. Kaito, calm down. Yes, listen to Takuma. Shut up! Don't you tell me to calm down. My sister's life is on the line. I understand what you're saying, and your anger is reasonable. However, you gotta calm down for us to be able to save your sister. Hey, it's not like I forgot, but you getting mad isn't gonna help anything. No, you know what's not gonna help? Arguing while waiting for help that's not coming. I'm gonna go look for Miu on my own. Kaito, wait. It's too dangerous for you to go by yourself. We all need to stick together. I agree. I don't want you putting yourself in danger. Dracmon. Alright, fine. And see, then Kaito, a reasonable human being, is like, okay, I see where you're coming from, and I can understand that I went a little over the top, so I will chillax a little bit. That's good character writing. Flawed character, but not just an annoying nuisance. Kaito, by the way, probably, like, definitely my favorite so far. It's like him, Aoi, and Minoru are, like, top 3. And I'm really liking what they're doing with Kaito so far. That's a relief we managed to get through to him for once. But I'm only waiting around until noon. After that, I'm going. Honestly, very fair compromise. Like, no one has the right to be mad at that. That's very fair. What? I'll wait here till noon, then I'm looking for Miu, no matter what anyone says. It's his little sister, I agree. I would be out there, I mean... I would be out there trying to find her if I was him. Kaito absolutely has major Matt from 01 vibes. Very, very... Like, I can see some serious parallels between them. I'll go alone if I have to. Man, you can be such an idiot sometimes. You know I'll be with you if it comes to that. Hey, who you calling an idiot? You, obviously. Who else would I be talking about? I also, Dracmon, Dracmon's he's a pretty good partner. I like him so far, too. You probably got some stupid idea about not putting anyone else in danger, don't you? Quit trying to do everything by yourself. What do you think I'm here for? You really feel that way. Alright, sorry about that. Dracmon seems genuinely concerned for Kaito, and Kaito does actually seem to listen to Dracmon in his own way. It might not look it, but I think those two are actually pretty close. So, Takuma, I guess this means you'd better round everyone up. I'll need to keep an eye on Kaito to make sure he doesn't take off early. Got it. I'll go get the others. Let's see, if I've got until noon... Oh no, that's hardly any time. I need to get everyone here quick. Free action. Need a drink of water.